Right, let's get this show on the bloody road. Delete that. God, it's bright today, isn't it? Bloody hell, mate. So I think we are live, I believe. I believe. We are live, I believe. Am I outside? No, I'm not outside, my bro. Let me just see if I can change this sound and display. Hold on. Oh, why does it do this to me every time? Voice a little bit back. God, it does sound like I'm underwater. Let me see if I can change the background as well so I can show you that I'm not outside. Straight, you should be able to see me now in about 1 second. Yeah, but I'm just going to change it back to the other one anyway. Better. Right, so I'm going to just start and do. Should be better. Right, let's get this show on the road. What are we at right now? We're at 82,760. I was going to cover the Bitcoin Elliott wave. So, like the possible scenarios of what we're in right now. Uh, just quite quickly, I think. So, you got your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially. Okay, this is possible. However, 5 could be extending up here. as I'm going to show you now. So for a 1, 2, 3, 4. So just do that one. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll change that to a different degree. Minor. Yeah, for a micro count. There we go. Within these 5 waves. So that could come in the form of like a double top here, or we could be extending way further. So this is one of the scenarios that we've got going on. Okay. Now, there is another scenario as well, in that this is 1, 2, and then 3, and then that was the 5th wave up here. That was 4th. So this is the 3rd, 4th, 5th. So this is the bearish count now. If this is the 5th wave, and then if I put in a parallel channel, in that wave 4 has not retraced further than wave 1. This could be something. Just change this a bit. So one of the rules of Elliott wave is that wave 4 never goes any further than wave 1. So this is definitely a, you know, a 4, potentially. But it can also be, like I said previously, so this is the bearish count right now, and the bearish count would be away from down here. This is not going to look very nice, and it's going to upset a lot of people. I can just select that properly. It's going to upset a lot of people. So we could either be looking at $10,000 if that is wave 5. I favor the bullish count for now. If this is wave 5, like, you know, we're not retracing to here. We're retracing of the entire move, from what I've learned. Or it could be 43,000 slash 40k, and that puts us in the center of the channel. To be fair to you, I do prefer that, and that would look something like A, B, C, like this, you know. And then further on from that, we could be expecting a much larger rise to the upside, just for continuation, really, because it's a strong asset at the end of the day, isn't it? So yeah, that is the bearish count. Yeah. Now, the bullish count. The bullish count. Let me just start again. Let me see if this is working, just to be sure that I'm okay. Cool, that's working. The bearish count now. I mean the bullish count now. Let me just go over that quite quickly, just to show you for a logarithmic. This is all very much verified now. Spent a lot of time doing it. So we could be looking at a 1, 2, this is the bullish count, and then 3 up here, followed by a 4, and then 5. Just undo. There you go. So that was the end of wave 3, and then we could be going into wave 5. That's another possible scenario. I don't really prefer that bullish one. There is another bullish one here, in which we're into wave 4 with an extended wave 5 up to 140, 50, 30, 40, 30, 40, 50. Okay, that looks about right. And within that, you have your subwaves of 0, 1, 2, 3, and then retrace. Can't really, that's the invalidation. Oh no, the invalidation is 65,000 because I'm going to show you something in a minute. Okay. That would be up there, 5 of 5. So we're either in 5 of 5 here or 5 of 5 here, which is not so great. So I'm going to show you where the invalidation is if we go down a lower time frame now, just to show you the count from there. Okay. So the count from there would look something like this. Invalidation, and this is my key level here. This is the line in the sand sort of level. So right here, 65. And what I mean by that is, remember how I was talking about how wave 4 couldn't go lower than wave 1 ever in an Elliott wave, if we're talking in those terms. In that we've completed wave 5, we've got A, B, C correction. So I'm going to put that on quick. 5. And now we've got ABC correction going into a new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is just to explain myself a little bit here. Hide this. This is the invalidation point here. And in terms of that, we're talking a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that would be the line in the sand there for me. You can't, like, if we lose 65, that means we've got the bearish count. And the bearish count puts us down to 40 or 10,000 US dollars for Bitcoin, which is, it's quite possible. Anything's possible in these terms. So the invalidation is just below, for the bullish count, it is just below invalidation for the bearish count is just below $65,000. And like I said, I do favor the bullish count for now. It just seems a lot more plausible than going to $10,000 or $47,000. As I was showing you earlier. Let me just fucking get this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do some Fibonacci just to check. It's about right, isn't it? So the 2618 extends up. And that's a 2618 extension. Pretty much perfectly on that. Now, if we're to go into wave 4 now, I know there's an important Fibonacci here, like Fibonacci time pivot. 1.618A coming in at the end of March. Let's see if we can get that one up. It's Fib time. I think it was the end of March it was coming in. I can't remember where I've got it from. This is the thing. It was the end of March anyway. Beginning of April. End of March sort of time here. So I'm going to put in an important Fibonacci time zone right here, the end of March, towards the end of March. 4-hour pivot. And like with wick off time, these Fibonacci times are pretty good. It got us, the 1-to-1 was here and the 1.618 was there. Now let me just see if I can try and find that right now, because I think it was 1 to 4 there. So go 1, 2, yeah, there we go. Down on that lower time frame now. So the 1.618 is coming very, very soon. This. It all looks a bit jumbly right now, so let me just change that. change the color. Green. Perfect. So yeah, the one-to-one pretty much got that pivot, but I think I can edit that slightly if it isn't exact already. Yeah. Yeah, thereabouts, thereabouts. So the 1.61 is coming very soon on the 20th of March, or like towards the end of March would be the pivot. So this is the higher time frame count, invalidation below there. I really like that level though, like around 60,000. If I put my MPOCs, everything else. The horizontals as well. I can start putting those in now, I think. 65, yeah. Yeah, I remember a very important one here. I don't know why it's not loading right now. Let's see if I can sync it. Going on to the main BTC. What time is it? It's 1:18. I've got another hour. Quarter until market open. Good stuff. Good stuff. So it's loaded now. It doesn't look like it has. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go back onto unnamed. Let's see if it's got a code on that. Yes, it has. There we go. So if I just hide everything now, I'll be able to show you what the hell's going on here and why I'm looking to that specific level. With the line in the sand being that 65,000 level. Okay, so you have a daily there. You have another daily here, which I'm pretty sure was one of these. Yeah, key level line in the sand. You have a daily there. Then the NPOCs. I'll keep that one on there. MPOC weekly, MPOC. Now that weekly you can only see on EXO charts, unfortunately. So that MPOC at 65,715 is the one that I would like. However, like as I was saying, if we lose that, if we lose that MPOC and it goes below that one-to-one extension, we've got the bearish count. Most likely have the bearish count. We could accept a wick below that level. So what I mean by that is a brush. If I get a brush, and we just continuously just go down like this. Level those. Wick below. That's fine, kind of. Okay. What's going to be key here is I'm pretty sure that there's a anchored VWAP coming in there at the lows. So yeah. So that sits in with that one really perfectly. And I mean, that's a serious pivot from the start of potentially wave three. Okay. Up until wave five. Then we've got an ABC correction now coming in here. Within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an ABC, or 1, 2, 3. As I was saying earlier, get Wim pulse up. A 1, 2, 3, 4, extended wave 5 to there. It can come up to here. I'm going to test that out actually to see if we can get wave 5. So it could be a swing failure pattern of the highs here. So this is really interesting to look at anyway, just to get a good idea of where we're at in the charts, but potentially where we're at in the charts. So it could either come up as a SFP here. Get SFP up. Yeah. So a wick is in down, up, market structure change, up, wick. Backwards price action. Okay, and then for a serious drop to the downside, because that would be wave 5 of 5. Okay, for pretty much every single count you can imagine. Which would follow to most likely the 618. Or wave 5 can extend because wave 3 is pretty extended already. We don't really need to extend it that far up to, a marginally higher high to 137. 120 to 150. So it's a very, very large range. We can get a better idea of where we're at when we put the low in. So what I was going to do that now. Trend based. To 4. So finish there. Finish right here. Okay. Now that can extend up all the way to the 3618 or the 4618. The yellow one. 4618. Maximally 5618, but that's so unlikely, man. So unlikely. Because you've already got an extended wave 3. So targets do we have? Yeah, so like within that within that region already. Okay. Okay, 2618 most likely. But can go to the 5618, which would be very unlikely because if we look at this right now, 1, 2, 3 extended wave 3 down to a wave 4, maybe here, maybe here. I don't think it's here. This is too likely for me. But that doesn't mean we can't get another few higher highs before dropping down low again, obviously. So yeah, if I look at yeah, if I look at where we're at, just give me a second. Oh, right. So where was I at? I was looking at the yeah. So that was that. Okay. major pivot here would be a very important one. That would be the decider. God's sake. Just don't like this mouse. There we go. So yeah, let's go on the lower time frame now, and let's have a look at what sort of entries we can possibly get today. So this is the lower time frame. Now we've got obviously like straight up, you can see this high there, and you can see this here, low there. Okay, so that's our major range. What's our preferred scenario right now? So let's put on some VWAPs, VWAP multi-time frame. I would say I reckon a weekly level, to be honest. Could put that on myself, couldn't I? Let's get rid of that. Let's put 200 daily. So 200 daily, like put on as is, it would be on the daily time frame. Okay, so that 200 SMA is there. Looks like we've wicked into it. I'm also so this is the weekly VWAP. So it's shown a lot of good respect. I'm also going to put one here too. Just extend this a bit. Yeah, cool. So you have a few places you can come down to. Okay, with that also being very local level. If we're looking on the lower time frames here, the 236 potentially. 618, you can say thereabouts. Take this off. There we go. That's better. Right, and then can also take a fixed range of the entire range and see where volume's coming in. When we can get it to load, of course. Right, so we're coming off of the point of control. Now, I'm going to have a look at the previous day because this was around this area, wasn't it? So yeah, we are coming into the point of control here pretty much perfectly. No candle closes below. It's fine. I'm going to take a previous day, see if that aligns with anything. Don't think it's going to be the point of control, is it? It's probably value area low. Yeah. So there's another reason to look to there as well. As well. So not only do we have that, we also have the anchored VWAP, and we have that's the anchored VWAP of the start of the uptrend, and we also have the value area low of the previous day. So I'll put that in right now. PD val. It's not the best trade in the world, though, is it? But you kind of do have that as well there. 15 minutes, it was slightly different. If that is the case, yeah, majorly different. I thought that would be the case. This is why it's better to look on the 15-minute for volume profiles. So I make some stupid errors sometimes like that. It's pretty damn idiotic, isn't it? Right, so if I put an anchored VWAP from the start of the week, can't see because my face is in the way. Yeah, that does come in at the value area low also. So 2 entries here for longs. So you have one here, validation below there to bring it up to the highs. And then you have another one right there as well with invalidation below the wick low. So these are the very low time frame longs I'll be looking at taking. Invalidation below the low. See, they're really not the best risk to reward ratio trades right now. However, with the market structure as it is, we can see as a high, high, low, high, low. Yeah, not really though. So it's, with that said, I would be looking for long positions because we're in an uptrend locally, not on the higher time frame. So that's longs, shorts. Locally, again, we want to get a swing failure pattern. I'm going to have a look at everything else. What's this? So we have that MPOC above, local anchored VWAP. This is for shorts to now. Okay, got the anchored VWAP there. And is that any Fibonacci's at all? This local range. Got to be so tight with this mouse. Fuck yeah. There we go, that'll do. Now with that, the 618 comes in at that MPOC really well, but we're trying to focus more on the lower time frame shorts at the moment. Is it the 0.5? Probably. Okay, we can just say for now that that is the 0.5. Okay, so that's where I'd be interested in the short trade. To take that liquidity down there with invalidation just above. So it's quite a high risk to reward, 7.73, not bad. But ultimately, it's not really one I would take on the lower time frames, just purely because we're in an uptrend right now. Invalidation of that uptrend would be another lower low, or a lower low from a lower high. Yeah. So in order to change our view here, we need to get a reclaim. So that's the shorts and the longs done. Now I'm going to look at the medium-term time frame long opportunities. I think I go with the least optimistic position. All right, still no pre-market volume on Lipson, only 700,200. Take a look at live posts. KULR up 17% out of the gate. Okay, let me put that on. Bitcoin is looking quite bearish with that kind of rounded top here. So yeah, we'll be looking at those long entries around here and here on the lower time frame. And then obviously you've got this one. It's pretty obvious. I was speaking with Symbol, right? And he said 707 is a derivative of the 1.14, square root of. So it may not be 702, it may be 707. And actually, I like that. So I'm going to listen to him there and I'm going to put that one in just in case. Because usually, if you're on these lower time frames, then the 618 will either change to the 707 or the 618 golden pocket. So whether you're on log or not. So that it was either the 707 or on log, it would be the 618. If you're looking at, you know, a higher ish time frame. Okay. There's not really much in it in the frame of anchored VWAPs there. I mean, I could just have a look. VWAP, not on here. Exchange. Save that. Change to regular. Loads. So yeah, that was me just doing this. With this being number 3 and this being line in the sand above 65k, year invalidated. 5 5. 5 5 5, really. Looking on a very, very high time frame. But yeah, let me look at those VWAPs. See if it comes in. Looking. I'll put another one. Because I know I've got every single pivot pretty much, but there could be another one. Put it high over there as well. Still not great though, is it? It needs to be an uptrend pivot for it to be importante. Okay. Can't really take it from here. Can't really take it from here. They're not really the start of anything. They're just within the range. That's a pivot. This is a pivot as well, but that's going to come in way, way lower, as we showed earlier. Yeah, well, not way, way lower. It comes in at 70. I'm pretty sure it's lower than that, isn't it? It was lower. Thought it was within the 60s. Oh, it's this one. This one. Cool. Okay. Let's go back. Rounded top. Right, back to KULR. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck. KULR up 17% up out the gate. INTC up 17% too. Yeah, it could be a bullish start. It's weird Bitcoin is taking a detour today. Um, right. Fucking hell, bro. That looks very crazy. Live person. It's pre-market so oh, is market open as we speak? It may well be. It is fucking. How long has it been open for? It's been open since 1:30. I just on electronic hours. No, it's open. Fair enough. Okay. Again, downtrend. Failure to break the trend line. Really, looking at it. So yeah, we kind of like as this is the C wave and it comes into the, if we were to extend it, it comes into the golden pocket on log of the entire move. Yeah, it was. Yeah, man, it just doesn't look great, does it? With those. You don't want to get another low low. It's been in an uptrend. And if that is ABC, let me just hide this so we're just not getting confused there. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 though, pretty much confirmed by Fibonacci. It is. Hide. Okay. Bitcoin at 82,300. Yeah, so if I was to just put a trend line in for log scale, it's going to be slightly different. Three touches, good enough. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You need to get a break of that trend line. Looking at this horizontal ray, that's better taken there. Regular trading hours, yep. Why is market open today? Have we gone back in time? Have the clocks gone back or something? It's 9:43 a.m. here. Open 13 minutes ago. Perfect. All right. Um, yeah, lower time frame for a live person, shall we? Bitcoin's going down. Good. Top. Not good. Potential another lower high. Yeah. It's kind of almost failed unless something drastic changes now. It's kind of failed to take that previous high we were talking about here. Don't have any candle closes above, even on the 15-minute. You got that, but majorly you're just wicking into that at the moment. So something drastic does need to change. You need to get some like amazing news or something. But if you look at the order flow down here, there are no trap longs. There are more longs than there are because it's just quite an obvious long to take. Bottom of the CME gap fill. It was right there. It was a fill, and it was just an obvious long, and there were so many longs here. So like I said, in my opinion, we're going to come and take that back out. We're still in the downtrend, but that doesn't mean that we can't come up to here. Okay, it doesn't mean that we can't. And still locally, we haven't changed market structure until we make a lower low below here, or liquidity grab. Really, it's kind of all right for now. But we are starting to see a change in market structure. Anyway, the chart. KULR. Spring forward 1 hour. Spring forward. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. I like that. It means that this starts earlier. Thank God I went live now, to be honest. So, we could like if live person has broken away here, is that a gap? Yeah, it's a gap. So that could be a if I like I was viewing Bitcoin as a breakaway gap. Okay. And that's why I thought it was bearish that we were, filling this gap here. Because I was viewing this as a breakaway gap. Okay. And that's why I thought, okay, start with the bear market because, you know, like I was viewing this as a breakaway gap and now we filled it. That's why I'm inclined to think that we are going to into that bear sort of area. Live person. Yeah, good. Anyway, I was going to look at KULR, wasn't I? KULR. Oh, God. That could be another breakaway gap. Stray, you're a fucking legend. Stray, did you actually pick this one out? I'm pretty sure you did. Is that gap filled as well? Yeah, gap is filled. Filled daily. 4 hours and not filled. So we can, view this as a breakaway if we are. But then we can look for, like, if that does get filled, then we can look for the candle close for an entry. If it gets filled. And I guess, like, if that was the high there, that would be the 618, wouldn't it? Just in there. Okay. But like if you want it to be extremely bullish, you want to view this as a breakaway gap. Even though it's kind of not, it is on the 4 hour. And that could be real bullish. Okay, let's go. Fucking hell. Yeah, so KOR, mate, BNX, come on. Right, so it's lost that range that we were in before. So then I was looking to this range POC here, which is also the golden pocket. The gold pocket. Oh, fibs in reverse there. Oh no, the 382. Yeah. What am I doing, mate? What am I fucking doing? Just take that off. Silly boy. Oh yeah, I was seeing that as a. Okay, so get this to work right. Christ. Right. Visibility 310, let's say. Yeah, that's very bearish. So that would be the low of the range there, and it's also a daily. Perfect. It's also an anchored VWAP. You know, what more could you bloody want from that? Do you know what I mean? Template, daily. See what weekly. You've got weekly all the way down there, which is very possible actually, because I think BNX is going to get delisted. It's just had a big old short squeeze, but who knows? That's a bearish weekly candle, bearish daily. You know, looking over here for a long, possibly. You know, it's not the most preferred long you'd ever take, but uh, again, it is a relatively good area to look out for. Yeah, no, not nice. That's why it's kind of halted there for the time being. But again, I think that would get lost if we're thinking logically. Great area to look for a long position at the low of the range, of that larger range. Yeah. Okay. Person's rolling over a little bit. So would you look at ID USDT, please? Yeah, maybe. Also, fucking can. USDT. Alrighty then. Oh my god. Weekly. We'll start higher. We'll go lower. Okay. So weekly. Weekly. There you go. You've got the fine range right there. It's actually tapped it perfectly as well, to be fair. Okay, let's look at month. I need to do I need to do a instructional thing on high time frame. I'm going to do that after. I'm going to do an instructional video on how to take weekly, daily, and monthly levels. So we've got a monthly up there. So for resistance, it's a green followed by a red, and for a support, it's a red followed by a green. It's not this. It's not that. It is this. Sorry, it's a red for support. It's a red followed by a green. Again, another monthly there, red followed by a green. Been tapped perfectly there. There's another monthly up there, but I'm not going to put it in there for the time being because we're only just doing the local. Okay, so then down to the daily. That was a level. I wonder if it's been tapped already. Sort with my mouse. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. Just a bit too carried away here. My God, that must be so annoying watching me do this. Because it annoys me. Okay, so we actually haven't tapped that daily yet. So that's another place to look right there. That's a very interesting place to look. First of all, when I've done that, after I've put in the VWAPs, we can have a look where we're at. As in, we can define where we can be. Okay. Weekly, monthly VWAPs. VWAP multi-time frame, VWAP multi-time. Fuck it. Looks so ugly, doesn't it? Let me turn off these labels. Don't want that, we don't want that, we don't want that. Okay. Lovely bickies. Okay, so right now we're coming into the weekly VWAP in yellow. Okay. Let me put on an anchored VWAP from the low here as well. So, like, this is so straightforward, okay? So start with anchored VWAPs, pretty much comes in with the weekly as well, actually. That's good at this time of the week. Because the low was put in pretty much at the end of at the beginning of the week. So they have very, very similar values. Okay. So 0, 0, 0. Make sure it is. So yeah, start with VWAPs, then have a look at your like, high time frame levels. Not there, yes there. So we'll put that daily in. Okay. This is not complete yet. Once it's done, then it will be a daily. But there's no other dailies really apart from this one, which we can say is a. And there's one up there as well. Daily. Sorry, this is taking so long, to be honest. It's because I'm not very experienced with the mouse. Don't really like mouses so much. But no, so far it's being held up by this the weekly anchored VWAP, let's just say. It looks like it's starting to close below, but yeah, not really. We've got kind of a defined range here as well. So we're looking at this to this. Extend that right. I'll take off 382. Actually, I'll keep it on. Okay. Oh. 0.707. Go. Amazing. Amazing. Right, IDT USD. So we got ID USDT. Yeah, so right now we're coming into the 707. That bloody good. Okay. Then we'll have a look at the anchored VWAP from up here. And then we're going to take a fixed range point of control. I'm going to take that one off actually. fixed range point of control of this range. Right, so the value area low sits there at this range. But if I pull it from the start of this uptrend, it'll be slightly different, even lower. Well, not majorly, but actually. So actually, there's a lot of volume within this area if we're looking at this. So yes, that's a potential entry. Previous day value, no, range value area low. No closes yet on the 30-minute below that. That's good. That is very good. No candle closes below on the 15 or the 30-minute on those anchored VWAPs of the weekly. Okay. So that's a good sign on the 30-minute. On the 15-minute, still haven't tapped that value area low. See if we can find a naked point of control here as well. Yeah, 15. Till the end of Wednesday. Fucking hell, mate. There we go. You've got a previous day value area low there as well. But it doesn't really align with anything at all. Weak. So if I was pulling the volume range from there, I'll take a Fibonacci from here. Again, it doesn't really align. Maybe if I put it off log. Okay, so for me, you have a long here. With invalidation below. About there. Just just before the VAR, okay, of the previous day. Yeah. So you have that long for me. But it's not going to look good. If you lose this anchored VWAP, it's not looking good at all, mate. If you lose that, you're probably going to lose the range as well. So the range would be here and here. Between here and there. But for now, it's okay. You haven't got any candle closes below 15-minute or up. You're good. It's holding, as you would say. If we were to look at Bitcoin though, like, what's Bitcoin doing? Massive bearish divergence. Massive. Massive bearish divergence. That's why we've got that drop. That makes sense. Anyway, back to IDUSDT rolling over. Bad long, I don't think. I don't think that'll be a good one. Okay. Again, I have to pull it from a distinct range, I think. Yeah. Come in with anything. It's unclear for me for ID USDT. Just hide this for a sec. Guess if you were looking for a little time, like a kind of like a little short trade, then that would be great. Sorry, a little long trade, that would be great. But for this, there's a lot of liquidity to the downside here. So like I could be completely wrong here. Like I said yesterday, the CME gap longs just so obvious, and Bitcoin follows. You know, Bitcoin will take those longs out of the lower that range there. It's too obvious to me, mate. Anytime. I'll take. I've been short on this by the way. Don't know if I should keep going. Yeah, I'd probably keep that short open. You know, it's not going to hurt. Like if you've got your stop loss in front of entry. You know, but if you have no plan, get out of that fucking trade, bro. If you've got no plan, if you've got no stop loss, get out of the trade. Again, that's not like any sort of financial advice in any sort of way. I just don't think the market's looking great. You know, really. Yeah, you could be so bullish up here. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not bullish because we haven't really reclaimed that 38. We didn't even get to 84. We didn't even reclaim that 84 region, which I was looking to reclaim. We haven't reclaimed that yet. Yes, still okay. We haven't got that. So, like, I was saying that this area right here is so important for me, you know, for Bitcoin. Where's the bloody square? God damn it. Rectangle. Yeah, this sort of area. Below that, bear market, mate. Straight up bear market. Just based on the fact that I thought this was a breakaway gap that we filled, by the way. Um, yeah, there. But it doesn't mean that we can't pump up, obviously. We just need to trap some more shorts first. We need some more shorts trapped. So we could get, loads of shorts could just suddenly open up here. But, if I was to look at market sentiment now on coin market cap, I'm going to copy and paste that. Coin market cap, fear and greed index. What's it saying right now for this week? It's 21. No more extreme fear, but we did go into extreme fear last week. For the 12th, yeah. So about, 1.5 weeks ago, we went to extreme fear. So yeah, what else shall I cover? KULR. Where? Let's go with that KULR. See what we can get from that. Right, so what's clear immediately if I put this on the 8 hour time frame, regular trading hours. Yeah. That's the 4 hour gap right there. Okay. If I put on a fucking gap thing, stop swearing, Seb, god damn it. So rude. So top of gap there. Top of gap. Yeah. And then bottom of gap there. This is clear, you know, clear support. Okay. And then if I take a golden pocket of the entire range with the 702 on lock, it sits in, you know, that small little area there sits in at the top of the gap. And like we were viewing that as a breakaway gap. And again, like I say with breakaway gaps, you don't want to fill them if you want to like still maintain that bullish momentum. Okay. Because otherwise you ain't looking so bullish anymore if you fill that gap. That would then kind of look like a continuation gap or an exhaustion gap, if you're in concurrently at a lower or a downtrend or within a range, as you like to put it here. So yeah, that's a defined range there. KULR. 30-minute though. I just don't think like, looking at the stock market, let's have a look at the stock market. Yes. You know, I'm always bullish on this. There's never a time where I'm not going to be bullish on the stock market. Everyone likes to think that they want to time their. I've said this so many times. Everyone likes to think that they can time the highs. I just don't think it will retrace that much. We could look as low as, you know, not accurate certainly. Okay. This is a major pivot as well. But that's not going to come in there, is it? That's too. 5,000 maybe 5,000. That would be, you know, that's definitely possible. But that one's more likely. Yeah, this one's more likely. 5,000 is possible. Like I say, anything's possible, and that would be how much would that be? How much percent would that be? 20, 18%. How often do you get 18% retraces in the stock market? Not very much. Let's have a look. What was that? Like 27%. That's a big one. That was COVID, wasn't it? 35%. So that's COVID. So frick knows, they could start a Russian war or something, and like I keep saying, like these bloody Russians, and I don't really care about that, but it's all engineered and it's all fake at the end of the day. Um, let's have a look. Oh, we can help. Anything else anyone wants me to cover at all? This is a really well respected anchored VWAP, to be fair. I like that. Is it concurrent with any Fibonacci? Most likely. Yeah, I mean, if you were to drop down right now, you'd get that. It's just imagine. You go and get a drop like this. It's just, for the stock market, it's really unlikely. Don't get me wrong, it's happened before, but something major would have to happen for that. We'd probably, God knows, I can't be asked to go into it because it's just unlikely. It's just likely we're bouncing right now. You know, we're about to, but again, unlikely. What's more likely is this here. Coming in at the 382. It's likely. Okay. What we saying on Bitcoin? Not great. Great at all. Okay. Anything else to cover? Question mark. You're good. Okay. INTC. I'm going to cover INTC anyway. You did mention that INTC. Intel. Fuck me. That's nice. It's a big move, that. Got to be pretty wary there, though, obviously. For the stock market, you'd always take the one furthest away. Uh, it's not really come into any high time frame levels as far as I can see now. So yeah, like you want to reclaim this. You want to reclaim this area. You don't really want to be rejecting from there. Do ya? There is a breakaway gap there. Second breakaway gap. You want to get three. You want to get three. And then after the third, you should be looking for the retrace. Well, nice. For a major downside. Major. Well, that's where it's coming to, right? Yeah. For that major downtrend impulse, you've got that perfect touch. Literal perfect touch. So yeah, you'd probably like for now, you want to range between the 382, look for continuation upwards. So, oh, mate, that would be perfect. You know, if you came down here, done, 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 and then get your breakaway, third and final, to come into the major range, golden pocket, that would be sick. Major kind of like major range. Man, that's been in a proper downtrend for quite some time, hasn't it? It really has. Intel from the lows, big move to the upside. Lovely bickies. Very nice. Where's it been though? Jesus Christ. High? It's not even high. .com bubble. Okay. I was going to say, if that had touched that, that would have been major. That would have been massive. So yeah, you're probably going to be looking up to here for a, if you get past this, that's bloody amazing, mate. Do you know what I mean? Any coverings? Holy shit, coin. Now that is not good. It did lose that major level I was looking at, which means it lost a 618 as well. 200 was a pretty major loss. Micro strategy. How's that looking? liquidity grab. Yeah. Wow. Some perfect touches on that 200 SMA. Like, but if I was to look for an entry, looking at this as it is, I'd probably, yeah, I'd be fine with that, to be honest. But it hasn't ever broken below before in this uptrend. So what I'm thinking is, if it goes back any further, let's have a look at this bull market. Okay, I mean this was the last push before the overall downtrend, which was in 2021. Um, so it did break below here. So MicroStrategy broke below. Did it break below here before the start of the uptrend? Yeah. Um, into here, so it broke below, and this is the kind of thing that you'd be looking for if you were looking for an entry. So the entry would be like right there. Reclaim of the 200 SMA. Let's have a look again. We haven't broken above it in this bull run yet, which leads me to believe that we could make a lower low, another lower low. Potentially. But the 200 SMA is holding. Like I said, what you would probably want to see, that would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Is a break below now. So maybe a little bit of a move upwards and then a break below, reclaim 200 SMA, entry there, boom. There we go. Hi Seb, can you look at RR, Rive Tech, please? Thank you. Hello, Peter. Peter. Peter? Peter. Oh, Rive Tech. Robotics. So I've already done some shite on it. Looks like everything's come into that 200 SMA as well. That's interesting, isn't it? Do you, maybe you think you're getting a move now? It's a nice bullish move, isn't it? For that 200 SMA. It's a bit of a poor low though. Okay. Did that tap the daily? It did. It did tap the daily there. And it was also the weekly, so that makes sense. Is it the monthly as well? No, it's not. Okay, so that's pretty good because you've got several areas of confluence there. You've got the daily, you've got the 200 SMA. I swear to God, do this mouse. I'll get rid of that mouse for a second. Yeah, so you've got daily 200 SMA, and you've probably got an anchored VWAP going in there as well. No, okay, maybe it's from another pivot then. Back. No, it was the beginning. Okay, so you have lost the uptrend VWAP from there. course, to put deviation bands on as well. You've reclaimed the first deviation band on the 8 hour, about 30 minute. Looks like it's in the process of. You've got no single candle closes yet above that singular band. So, you need to get a single candle close. And what I mean by that is a single candle close. A single candle close above there. Yeah. For there to be a new move. Yeah. BlackRock involved as well. Oh, mate, sorry, I'm doing a live stream at the moment on YouTube. It's all right. Okay. Right Tech Robotics. Where could it come in? Where could the resistance come in on this? Okay. Nice. You've broken above. Excellent stuff. But not so good in that you've. So yeah, I'll be looking around here. I'll be looking around that sort of area for a, retracement. Obviously to include the 707 as well. Yeah. So around that area. Okay. If I put in a weekly as well, because I didn't really cover weeklies, did I? Mm. So daily and weekly, monthly. Okay. Fair enough. Like you've got a single range there, defined, well-defined range. I would look to the daily for resistance and then support just below here. That would be nice support. You've broken, like you're going to get a single candle close by itself above that local anchored VWAP. Nice. That's not a single candle close, by the way, because it is tapping into that anchored VWAP. Okay, right, back to Bitcoin then. Let's see what is going on this chart. We've had a reaction, I think, from, that very, very local golden pocket. We've had a sort of reaction there, but it's just not going to hold, is it? Uh, if that doesn't hold, then we're going to go to our lower targets of this. That's what I'll be looking for. Live person, how we doing? Rolling over still? Not great. You want to reclaim that trend line and you want to get into that golden pocket. 80. That fell. TPO for that one. Lost the 200 SMA. That's interesting. Okay, so there, pretty major area of support. Here as well. And then you look for the first area where it has pivoted for an entry. Imagine if Apple comes down to 169. That would be mad, wouldn't it? Really? But it's interesting to think that, KULR is doing really well today, up 10% for like a fake sort of pump. And Intel as well, 15% up. I wonder what news was that, fundamentally, that was all about. Again, perfect tap on the anchored VWAP from up here. If I just hide all of this. Perfect tap from the anchored VWAP from the start of the impulse down. Along with the 200 SMA. So like if you break above that and the golden pocket, you're good to go. But that was just a really good place to look for, a take profit at the very least. BrickTech Robotics is also up. Yeah. But I don't really know much about that, to be honest. Again, I'm a crypto person rather than a stocks person. But, still do stocks, but not on the rate that I would be doing crypto. I love crypto. You're welcome. So if you've missed it already, I was looking at Bitcoin and I was looking at the higher time frame. So with the major pivot of a 1.618 is coming. So this was the start of the uptrend, the 0.618, the thereabouts top area coming in at there. Then the beginning of the downtrend, and then the 1.618 would be a pivot point. Whether that be up or down is a different story. Like we don't know what that would be right now. But was that 25th of August 2025? Yeah, by the end of the 2025 we could see the complete end. 5 of 5 of 5. Complete 5 5 and 5 Bitcoin, which is crazy to think that, So line in the sand for this one would be that bearish count, which we didn't really favor right now. We haven't lost this 65k support yet. So we're not really favoring that one right now. But if we lose this, because there was a couple of things, there was a CME gap. If I was to just cover everything again, it was a CME gap fill, which no, not great if you're looking at it as a breakaway gap. Um, it was the 5 of 5 being put in here, and that like on a huge time frame, you would ultimately higher time frame. I know this is depressing as fuck, but it's got to be done. B coming down to either, because I mean there are gaps down there. There are gaps at 10k. Horrible to think that. Yeah. So either 10k or if that is 5 of 5 of 5, or the middle of the that channel at 40k. But again, hasn't happened yet. So, you know, line in the sand is there. 65k. And it's fine at the time being. Do you know what I mean? All good. For it to be a a real triangle one. So again, I'm going to do an informational like pamphlet on this. 3, 4. You want one more touch, so preferably one up there, and then it will be a real triangle. But you know, you've got 2 taps up there, 2 taps up there. It's not really a real one yet. You've got to have at least 3 taps. Okay. On one trend line. Don't know why this is pink as well. Okay. You would have got all of the volatile moves right now anyway, like done um, for this. You would have had the volatile move already from New York Open, which was at 1:30 p.m. So the volatile move was down, and you know this isn't even a real triangle yet, so we can't really count it. It'll be a real triangle when we get like you know several good taps on it. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a real triangle. Come on, sick mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Why don't So yeah, lower time frame longs, we were looking to around there, weren't we, for a potential long at the uptrend or the start, the week start, the weekly VWAP. Oh look at it hasn't tapped it yet. If it means it front running it, I don't really like that. I don't really like front running VWAPs like that. Maybe I'll go on the 50-minute, make it more accurate. It'll be a little bit better. No, front run it. Not good. Okay, so that wouldn't have been a good long, I don't think. But the uptrend VWAP is not really holding. So yeah, those shorts would have been preferable. But we wouldn't have got that just yet. So yeah, that's that for Bitcoin right now. I'm just going to sit here because this is what I usually do anyway. I'm just going to sit here and just play music and just do some TA silently. Phone hold music on, that'd be good.
What if one day would repeat over some years? Or daily rotation, bittersweet, could shed off some fears. What will we make of all this? Which ideas will survive? Beyond the warm reminiscence of being alive. You keep waiting on the air to clear. Ghost keeper, you're the only one that's still alive. On the stories that we used to love, is it ever gonna be enough? Ghost keeper, ghost keeper, all the mornings that you can't get through, and the nights when you're alone with you. Live a lifetime, you still be confused. Ghost keeper, you keep holding on to what we were. Oh, you tell yourself it's your rose curse, but it's not your fault that I went first. Ghost keeper, ghost keeper.
Right. Yeah. So that's the lower time frame covered. That is the bullish and the bearish Elliott wave count covered as well in great detail, like not exponential detail, but pretty good detail for now. I'm just going to go over that pretty quickly. Hmm. I'll just quickly go over it. Like, there's no need to be a like bullish or bearish until we lose any of the levels. For now, we're ranging. I'm going to put on the bearish and bullish Elliott wave count to just go over very, very quickly. So I'll start with the good and then end with the bad. So what's the best thing to do? There we go. It's on lock. Perfect. Right. So bullish count is that. Let me just hold all this because I'm losing too much. Is that we have a 1 followed by a 2, 3, 4 because the 4 didn't go below 1. Perfect. For an extended wave 5. And then I was counting the Elliott waves in between that. So you have a pretty obvious 1, 2 expanded flat, followed by a 3, followed by a potential 4 coming in, and then a 5. So the 4 can retrace anywhere from there to the line in the sand being 65,000. Below that, the bearish cam kicks in, as I said. And then obviously within that you have after the 1, 2, you have within this, from 2 to 3, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then within that, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from wave 3 to 4, you have another count, which I'm just going to put on the chart here. It could be from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. And it would be a pretty drastic drop, let's just say. Okay. A very drastic drop. After that, yeah. Like a waterfall downstream effect. But for like, none of this has happened yet. No, we haven't crossed that 65k mark yet. Right. So for now, that's what I can see. Wave 4 hasn't come in just yet. As soon as it's come in and we have a really nice wick into it, it looks like we're so close, though. We're so close to getting something like that. We haven't yet got it, but we're close. That 96k level is crucial. Okay, so that's the bullish count. The bearish count is that we have put in 5 waves now. We've put in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. You can count an W, X, Y, X, Z there. You can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count that. Okay. And if that is the case, right, we have our upper bear market target of in and around the middle of the channel, or around 40k, or on logarithmic, you have 10k for a probable A down to there, B followed by a very big C corrective wave. And within that, you'd have an A, B, C. However they want to put it, it could be a W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E triangle. I doubt that, but it's going to be a long corrective. If it is, this bearish Elliott wave count it's not in just yet. Good for now. So lower bear market target 10k. That would fill some of the gaps on the CME. If I just quickly go to the CME chart, got the 8 hour. We have gaps back in and around That 10K area. But very few. Let me be serious about that. So yeah, we have one at 9K. 9K. Have another little one. Unless that's already been filled. No, yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. So that's a tiny weeny gap at 11K, which you know is in line with that. Be below, and then in and around 40K, you've obviously got that gap there. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's already been filled. Let's have a look more recently. In and around the 40K area, you have that right there before this wick. So you've got this big one. Then you've got these as well. But not so important because we're viewing that as a breakaway, followed by a continuation, breakaway gaps to the upside. Breakaway gap. That's what I was viewing it as, is a breakaway gap. It's probable. No, I'll go over that later. Anyway, so that's the template top of gap and then bottom of gap. TH, yeah, perfect. Right, so going back to this chart, day, no, weekly actually. If I go on the weekly, you have, yeah, that 40K target, which aligns with the 40K gap and all that little bit of market structure there, which is nice. You know, and similarly on here as well, a little tiny bit of market structure right there, which is, perfect area you'd look for a bounce. So also similarly here for our daily actually. The area that I would be looking for a bounce is not on a single candle. I'd be looking for a bounce in some market structure. Like in the same place you'd be looking for, let me just hide this camera because that's making me depressed. But it's good. It's good. We'll be able to get some nice cheap Bitcoins. I wouldn't look for support here. Like if I'm going to be honest, there is a tiny bit of market structure there, which is the reason why we've had a little bit of a bounce. But there is more market structure here, within this 65-ish region, if you know what I mean by that 65-ish region, in there being a very important NPOC there. Weekly. A very important viewer. That's start of the impulse, pretty much. In and around this area here. And if you look at the market structure, you can quite clearly see that there is some market structure build up here, rather than, just a relative bounce. There's not much volume in these candles here. Yes, there's a lot of buy volume. There's more volume within this area right there, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's where I would be looking, right here. After countless attempts of trying to long the lows, after thousands of pounds lost trying to long each low and thinking that the low is in, it, by goodness, it bloody well wasn't, was it? Just took a short on Combo USDT. That's my fucking guy. Yes, my guy. Yeah, so fucking what was I saying? Yeah, that. So yeah, like 60. You know, as long as we don't break this, if we break that, bear market McGibbons for life until 40 or 10. Yeah. To the upside, like I said, that there was that weekly NPOC there. So much shit on this chart, swear to God. The MPOC in and around. Look, front running the MPOC is not good, but it was a 200 SMA. Okay, so expect expect a bounce from the bottom of the CME gap, expect a bounce at the 200 SMA. At least a bounce. It's just such an obvious long. We're in a downtrend. It's such an obvious long to take. So many people would have taken that long. Those longs with quite a lot of certainty on getting stopped out, and people are still too quick to be bearish. Still too quick to be sorry. Still too quick to be bullish. They need to be perma bears for a while before they really accept the fact that we could have continuation. So that is my bullish thesis. Thinking ahead, looking at the psychology of the market, very important, because if you don't look at the psychology of the market, you're just going to be fogged, aren't you? So yeah, you really do need to take that into account. The market psychology of everyone. People are still bullish after this. They need to just continuously be bearish and just look at Bitcoin and be like, it's over. That's what you want to be getting from everyone. You want to be getting to your if you're speaking to your friends about it and they're saying, huh, Bitcoin, fuck off, man. That's so last year. So if they say something like that, then all in, my friends. All in. But let's try and not waste thousands of pounds like me trying to long each pivot, you know. Yes, you can make the money back, but patience is one of my main mottos, and yet I am not implementing my own mottos, which is fucking bullshit, mate. So I'm going to remain patient for that level to be hit. I'll start loading on 3x with my invalidation below that level. So let me just put that in here. Invalidation below the key line, key level, targeting new highs. Very nice risk to reward ratio for me. And of course, I will close it out after a wick off over that, but not completely. I'll let the rest run after that. But that would be by the time I would have taken 80% of the profit, 70% of the profit, and let the rest of the trade run to the upside or to the downside to get stopped out in with my uh, take with my stop loss in front of my entry. Fucking hell, I need to go for a piss. So bad right now. Oh. So yeah, that's that. And then you've got a short AEA. But let me just go for a wee wee. I'm fucked. Why do these live streams fuck me? Okay, so where was I at? I was covering the shorts. So that would be the long there for patience, and then this would be the short here. Okay, for me. On the higher time frame, it looks about right. It's the golden pocket. This move, local move. Just why would you not? You know. So there's that, and then you've got live person. It's rolling over. So really, if you want this to be, you know, somewhat bullish, this is, yeah, if you want this to be somewhat of a bullish move, you're going to have to hope that it bounces from the top of this gap if you want it to be a breakaway gap. Otherwise, we haven't even come up to fill this gap yet on the 4 hour. But it's an inefficiency either way. It's an inefficiency in the chart. Okay. So then if that fills 618, like it happened in the previous, we've got some pretty nice longs. I'm gonna predict at the bottom of that. It was from here to here on that log, not on log scale. Almost perfectly. Yeah, perfectly. Okay. So the last oscillation we had from here to here was a perfect touch of the 618. I just expect the same thing to happen again. Do you know what I mean? An ABC and a nice little ABC we have here. So the one-to-one is hit. Oh, the one-to-one is hit with the close below, a nice tap. Very nice. I like that. But where's the reaction? Do you know what I mean? 272, 1.13. Yeah, 1.13 is 7931. Okay, so you know, really nice confluence here with all of these 6, 8, 2, 0.5. Lovely confluence 618, 0.5, and really nice confluence 0.302. So that just leads me to believe it's just a nice, you know, ABC expansion. Following that, if you get that, and if this is on a larger scale, a 1 to 2, then you have a very big move to the upside. Of around, I would say 3. Okay, the very least 3, or block, the very least 7. 3618 and 4618 as well. But obviously, we're not getting ahead of ourselves with this bullshit. For at all. 3 on, completed, move. 118. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, 1.618, putting us in the middle of that gap. Because it can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if it was a 4, it would not be good going below the top of 1. So that can't be the case. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Because within this A, B, C expansion, you have a perfect, if I will show you, an absolutely perfect ABC correction to the 1-to-1. And as with any bull market, sorry, as with any finish of a trend, you get, look at that perfect 1-to-1 touch. 7617, perfect, amazing. As with any finish of a trend, you would always expect it to come back to the 618 after the finish of the Elliott wave. Anywhere between 0.382 and 0.5 and 0.618. Anywhere lower than that, then you're just, you kind of, if you start to put on the 786 and everything, that's when you're starting to get a bit, you know, pushing your luck, if you know what I mean. Yeah, 86 as well. Hey, 86 with a full retracement. Look, the 786 as well would line up where the golden pocket is right now. So it's very bearish, which is, already, which is amazing. A few more lower lows would be ideal. Yeah, I would, yeah. And in line with Bitcoin and everything else, if I'm expecting lower, then I do expect that golden pocket to be tapped into. It is the lows of this. It would be a marginally higher low, marginally. Looking on the daily time frame, there's a daily there. There's several dailies there. There's a daily right there. There's daily here or here. You always take the lower if you're looking on stocks. High amount of confluence there. You tapped into this one. You tapped into this daily on the Tuesday. Did you front run it? That's the question. No, perfect, I think. Check. Yeah. So yes, there's been these daily taps all the way down. I'm going to have a look on the weekly as well, just to be 100% certain that there isn't anything else there. Yeah, you also have a weekly here too. So I'll change that to weekly. So I would target 7978 because that's also the 1.13. Daily's been tapped. That weekly's been tapped. Monthly, nothing. So yeah, a marginally higher high, marginally, into the 618, as shown previously, has been fantastic support for this stock. And let's just remain patient for levels to be hit. I could be totally wrong. Yep, could be wrong completely. Put my hands up to admit that I'll be completely wrong if that is the case. And we just pump from here. But if it's following the rest of the market in its quite bearish outlook, with the bottom not quite being in, and it would lead me to believe that Lips live person after I don't know what their earnings was like, but I'm pretty sure it's fucking shit for it to be dropping even further. Then yeah, you'd be looking right here, right there. Well, I would be anyway. I got out 136. Right, okay. What did I initiate the start of the downtrend? So yeah, that's for live person. I really shouldn't be covering this, but I don't think anyone's covering it properly, really, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's a great short there because that's the 618. Longs, no, no. Start to look at the golden pocket here as well. So yes, I could extend this upwards. So that's a big area between 70k, but you know, as we would know from being patient and everything, lol, as I haven't been recently. Yeah, I'm just going to hide all these MPACs. Yeah, sorry. What was I looking at? Oh, fucking right. There you go. As we would know to be patient, 66k on log, on not log, and the 70 and the 707 as found by symbol. Look at that, fucking banging, straight on the ball at the anchored VWAP. What more could you want? 66, 65k area. And it would also actually take out all of the golden pocket traders as well that are trading the golden pocket. So if they were just to take the long here, which I'm sure a lot of them would, and they lose that, that's when the shorts would open up. Because they'll be like, right, it's lost the golden pocket. It's lost it. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that idea. I really do. If I'm thinking from a psychological perspective, that just kind of makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Long here. Yeah, but as I've been saying all day, or like since the other day, it's not looking good, Brev. It's not looking good. You just lost that weekly VWAP as well. So yeah, that would target there for potential continuation lower from that symmetrical triangle, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna finish the stream there because I've been fucking streaming since 1:30. Right off. I'm totally written off. Um, so yeah, thank you very much for listening, if you were listening, and I will catch you on the flip side in the Discord. Should probably put a link for that. See if I can put a link for that. The Discord. Okay. If you want to join the Discord, you can join it in that link. I'll just put it into the channel thing. And there you have it. Finito. If you're on this now, if you could like and comment, or just give it a like, and that would be a dream. But a like and a comment, and if you want to share it with your buddies or whatever you want to do, then we can expand the channel and help people get better at trading. So yeah, no, thank you for listening.